To keep your back strong and healthy, you must approach your work with a certain attitude, because if you don't, chances are you could become a statistic, one of 70 million Americans who suffer lower back pain. Lifting, bending, stooping, pushing, pulling, handling, and carrying objects of varying sizes, shapes, and weights is inevitable. Yet, despite the statistics, back injuries can be reduced or eliminated by using the principles of preparation, technique, and fitness.
The vast majority of back injuries are preventable. However, many back problems are not the result of injury, but are the result of degeneration of the discs. Aging of the spinal disc material causes the most trouble and can cause extreme pain. What this means is that over the years, these delicate discs become worn and damaged. Think of all the times you lifted improperly, how you bent your back, or twisted your back. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that if you abuse something, no matter how wonderfully it's constructed, it'll wear out. The more abuse it takes, the faster it'll wear out. You've all heard the warnings about bending your legs and not your back. That's good advice, because when you bend your legs, you're keeping those discs in their natural curvature. This natural curvature allows the disc to spread evenly across your vertebra, which means that pressure on the disc is applied evenly across the entire surface of the disc, and not just in one part of the disc.
The human spine consists of 26 bony vertebrae, each of whom is separated by soft discs that absorb the shock of movement and impact. The most common location of a back injury is the lower lumbar region, where the greatest force occurs. When the spine is bent and placed under the stress of weight, pressure is exerted unevenly on the discs and on the back muscles. When the spine is kept erect during a lift, the lifting force is distributed evenly over the discs. Poor posture, an unhealthy back, and improper lifting techniques can, over a period of time, lead to degeneration of these discs. This condition is permanent and can have painful and lasting effects. Nerve roots branch out from the spinal cord and go to different parts of your body. Improper lifting can also pinch, irritate, or damage these nerves. There are muscles and ligaments in your back that stretch and move as you lift. These too can become damaged or torn from improper lifting techniques. However, even though the back is a complex and delicate structure, there is really no excuse for a back injury.
When you lift anything, there's about a 10-to-1 ratio of pressure applied to your back. It's fairly simple because your back works on a lever principle just like a seesaw. The only problem is that when you lift something weighing 10 pounds, it puts over 100 pounds of pressure on your back. If you lift 50 pounds, that's 500 pounds of pressure on your back. Now, if you take that 50 pounds and hold it out in front of you like this, you're probably putting over 2,000 to 3,000 pounds of pressure on your back. The moral of the story is simply this: when you lift anything, even a small object, bend your legs so you'll have the back and those discs in their natural curvature. The discs can do their job, the ligaments won't get torn, and your back will be in better shape. Okay, let's take a look at how to lift safely. The first rule is to never lift anything that's too heavy. Get help when it's necessary. For some people, 100 pounds may be okay. Some people, 50 pounds may be too much. Each person has different capabilities, so it's up to you to know your limitations and ask for help when it's needed. Place your feet as close to the object you're lifting as you can. Bend your legs. Get a good, firm palm grip. By lifting the object in the palms of your hands, this will reduce the possibility of the object slipping. The next step is very important. Pull the object close to your body. The reason for this is to reduce the amount of pressure on your back. Remember the 10-to-1 ratio? The farther out you hold an object, the heavier it is and the more pressure you put on your back. Next, stand up. Let's look at the sequence again. Place your feet close to the object. Bend your legs and squat down near the object. Get a good palm grip. Pull the object close to your body. Stand up. When you set anything down, use the same procedure, only backwards. Bend your legs. Set the object down, being careful not to pinch your fingers. Then stand up again. It's really very simple, but one that's easy to forget. You get busy and you don't think about your back, and you lift unsafely. Every time you lift unsafely, you're putting pressure on your discs, and eventually they'll wear out. Does lifting safely mean you'll have to slow down and won't be as productive as before? Lifting safely means you'll be able to do your job more efficiently, faster, and without injury. That's a great benefit, and it'll mean many more active years for your back. Keep in mind what you're trying to accomplish, and that's to prevent injury to your back, particularly those delicate discs and ligaments. The back support actually makes it awkward to lift unsafely, but if you don't follow the safe lifting techniques, nothing will help you. When lifting, keep the natural curvature of your back by bending your legs when you reach down to pick up anything. Don't lift and twist your body. When you twist your body when lifting, the discs, the ligaments, the nerves, and your bones get clobbered. The same thing goes for stretching and lifting. If you need to lift something higher than your shoulders, get a better grip on the item you're lifting, or use a ladder or mechanical means of lifting. Of course, when you're lifting anything and it starts to fall, let it drop. Never try to catch anything. The most often asked question is, what about those lifting positions where you can't bend your legs? Good question, and that's where your knowledge of the back comes in handy. There are hundreds of lifting assignments where you can't always bend your legs. The best advice is to keep those discs in mind when you're getting ready for the lift. Can you use your free hand as a support for your back? How about those mechanics installing batteries in automobiles? Can't bend your legs and still set the battery inside the battery compartment? The answer is to use your legs against the fender when lifting. Anything you can use to support your back is good advice.
Slips and falls can also cause back and shoulder injuries. Be aware of hazards such as potholes, curves, stairs, wet surfaces, or hoses on the ground. Remember, slips and falls can be prevented.
Exercise before beginning work is a good idea. Just like an automobile, your back needs to warm up a little before starting the day.
A commitment to regular stretching exercises before work or any time during the day after long periods of sitting, either in chairs or in your vehicle, can pay a lifetime of dividends. The best way is to stretch each major muscle group, especially the backs of your legs. Always move slowly and smoothly when stretching. These simple stretching exercises can provide a safety margin for strains and sprains. When you spend long periods of time in a sitting position, whether at your desk or in your vehicle, muscles in the back of your legs can tighten and cause undue stress on your back when bending. To keep these muscles loose, a good habit to get into is to sit on the floor with your legs straight for about 15 minutes each night, with your back up against a firm surface such as a sofa. This exercise will stretch the muscles in the back of your legs and provide additional flexibility, taking some strain off your back. Stretch your muscles before your shift, periodically throughout your shift, and after any breaks, lunch, or other downtimes.
Before you lift anything, think about those delicate discs and ligaments and use your good judgment on how to lift safely. If you have any questions or you do experience a back injury, always report it to your supervisor immediately. Don't wait for a day or two later. Always report accidents and injuries when they occur. Well, that's it. No magic formula or no miracle cures. Just some basic common sense, good judgment, and think about those discs when you lift anything. If you keep those discs spread evenly between your bones, you're going to have a healthy back that will enable you to lift safely, with the additional advantage of having a pain-free back. Bend your legs, get a good grip on the object, hold it close to your body, and don't twist your back. Don't stretch and lift. If you're lifting something and it falls, let it fall. Take time for safety because it's important to you, your family, and your job. Thank you.